You know, repetition, repetition, repetition. Whenever you see something done once, if you see it done another time, you learn that much more, okay? So I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna set this up. I'm not sure how I'm gonna set this up. I might set it up kind of over like that. I'm getting the sun right out through there. I'm gonna undo this one now, same way. It takes quite the small little process to remove the innards, the inside portion, the entire slide out tray. And on a different video series, I'll show you that. It's just I got going, I had somebody coming to help me, and I had to get them out quick. So I had to take the trim off, and I did a couple other things to it as well, and then it was ready, the insert was ready to be pulled out. And I did that just before I started this video series. Okay, I like to put 2 screws here. There's 4 holes here, there's 4 over here, there's 3 up here. I usually do the top and bottom one here on both sides and 1 up in the middle. You know, when I get ready to install it. And I use sheetrock screws, and these happen to be galvanized 1 5/8" sheetrock screws is what I ended up using. You can use regular sheetrock screws, you know, the black ones, but if you do, just know that eventually they're probably going to rust out, right? Okay, so what am I going to do next? Yep, my sheetrock knife, score this all the way around. Now if I do go down, I don't like to go to the bottom because it's like, yeah, I'll be careful, and then oops, and then right over the trim. That's the last thing you want to do. Okay? See, once I get it going, I can kind of pull on this, and then it helps me break off some of it, depending how thick the caulking is, how old the caulking is, and all that. Okay? Now at the bottom here, so I'm taking both hands so I can kind of push it up in there harder. And I just do a little bit at a time, back and forth. And that keeps digging in a little bit more, a little bit more. Let's see, I can push it up there. I can go back this way. Try to hold your blade just right. If you get it up at too much of an angle and then you try to do it, you could break the tip off. That's not the worst thing that's going to happen, but if it does, you can get another blade out. Okay. Just keep the camera, just keep it rolling. Looks like I know what I'm doing, huh? See, sometimes this bottom piece, like I say, has a rail that comes down. And you'll know it when you try to pull and you say, what's going on? You can just reach your head in there, look, and that's where you're going to pry that up. I didn't know that for a while. Ooh. I just saw a gecko over there. He jumped off the palm tree and he landed right over here. Just keep walking it back and forth. I'm trying to get it over the bottom, the outside trim, and I just have to kind of work on it a little. There it comes. I got it over that. This will give me a little bit of a headache, but hey, just take your time with it. There. Ooh, almost pulled it out too far. Okay, there it is. Look at that. Voila! That's your next step. See there? 2 air conditioners. Almost ready. Now, what do I have to do next? That's right, I've got to clean off all that caulking around there and make sure it's ready for the next one. Don't try to put your new one in because it's going to hit the old caulking, and then you're not going to have as much caulking on there anyways when you make your new bead. Okay? First things first, step by step. You can do it. Yeah. I like my little step stool, and I like the one with the wider steps. The thinner ones, I hate those. I get my feet tired, and sometimes I have a hard time balancing on them and stuff. Okay? I used to do, like I said, I used to do this all off a 6-foot ladder, then I have to move the ladder back and forth, back and forth, and all that. Now, see, I'm plenty high on here. Okay, now I'm gonna get this caulking off. Like that. See, it's kind of thick at the bottom, so you can do one pass and then come back and clean it up. Because you might think, okay, I'm going to just go straight, I don't have to do that, and then all of a sudden you're digging deeper and deeper into the wood trim. That's a no-no. Okay. Now I can come back the outside a little bit. Gently get off a little bit of the excess, and then that'll be filled back up when I put the new caulking on. All right. Okay, see, I started to hit the wood. I go up instead of down right there. I can go this way. And come here and go up that way right there. Now the top. Get your little inside corners out of there. And the top I had up nice and tight, so wasn't much caulking up there. But there was enough. And see, I'm noticing this trim's just a little bit loose, but once I put the housing in, as long as it's down tight, hopefully I won't have to put a nail in it or anything. And then once I caulk this, when the caulking dries, it's not going anywhere. You know, the trim's not going to go anywhere because the caulking is going to hold the trim. All right, Joe. Joe? Oh. This one's got a little bit extra buildup because it was close to the wall here. It was hard for the last person to caulk it in, but you don't really see that as much. Okay. And I'm still going to take off a little, best I can here. And that's all you can do. Just do the best you can. Work with what you got. Okay. Looking at that, everything looks good. I'm ready for the next one. Here's my little weather stripping. And I might use that again, but for the time being, I'm going to take it out so that you don't get confused by the process. Okay? There. Wow, I got a lot going on in this room, huh? Here's that unit there, the housing, and here's the insert down there. There's the insert over there for this housing. So I'm going to rearrange this room a little bit, and I'm not going to get too worked up. I'm going to work on one air conditioner at a time. I've got 2 air conditioners here. That's why I've moved everything kind of out of the way. I had to move the armoire this way a little bit so I can sneak around that to work. I moved the dining or the coffee table over, so I had like a little area. This is my work station, my staging area. Okay, get set up before you start.